Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
It's wonderful to have you here.
Nice to see you again.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, no worries. I mean, could you say first of all hi to our listeners?
Sure, listeners. I'm thrilled to be here. And, well, I guess, hello to the world. Yes.
네. 지금 듣고 계시는 분들은 이제 세음행 팬들도 많이 계실 것 같은데요. 평소에는 이제 이승열 씨의 우리말 진행하는 거를 많이 익숙하게 보시다가 이제 영어로 대화하시는 거는 오랜만에 들으실 것 같습니다.
Well, my fans you talk about.
Yes.
I've hosted a music-related show back in 2013.
Uh-huh.
And it ran for about 2.5 years. And,
Okay.
And that was my thing with, doing everything in English.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
So it isn't really the first time they're
not
hearing me talk in
Sure.
another language.
But
besides,
maybe the first time in a long time then.
Right.
All right.
Sorry for being so picky.
No, not at all. 저희도 사실은 초면은 아니고요. 제가 예전에 그 영미문학관이었나요? 그 진행하실 때
그쵸.
그때 출연을 한 적이 있었어요. 그래서 고도를 기다리며라는 책을 영어와 우리말로 같이 읽었던 기억이 납니다.
Should I respond in Korean?
It's
or?
up to you. English,
Well,
Korean,
Yeah.
or any other language.
Konglish. Yeah, we're like theater buddies.
Yes, from way back
Voice
when.
acting way back
맞아요.
in 2012 or even before that.
Mm.
It was Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot, and
Yes.
you were Pato. I don't know who I was.
I think you were many characters.
Many characters.
And the narrator as well.
Right, and there was Kaylin as well.
아, 맞아요.
I understand that you had Kaylin on the show not too long ago.
Yes, on Friday.
So why'd you do that?
Why did I do
You should have had me first. Then, just
네.
kidding.
사실 이제 선배님과 또 케일린 씨와는 또 친분이 또 있으시고 저와도 뭐 친분이 있지만 또 각자 이렇게 굉장히 친하신 걸로 제가 알고 있습니다.
Right, I used to hate Kaylin so much.
You used to hate her.
Right, it was like a love and hate relationship. Now mostly love.
네.
My love for Sister Kaylin. She's great.
네.
She's got so many things under her belt. She could pull off so many things. She's what you might call it, poo-poo platter. You know poo-poo platter?
No?
It's a Chinese dish,
Okay.
Chinese American cuisine, and I used to love it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got everything
Right.
on this single platter, and she's like that.
Well, I mean, so are you, really.
No, not really.
네, 아니요. 맞습니다.
Thank
사실
you.
우리가 조금 전에
Yeah.
그 노래 1을 듣고 왔거든요.
Yeah.
그래서 원래 이제 본업이라고 해야 될까요? 가수시고
Yeah.
방송 진행자이시기도 하고 정말 그야말로 you have so many titles and achievements under your belt
Right.
as well. So why don't we start off with what you've been up to most recently?
I had a good season. Hosting my own radio show, just like you are right now. It's called Singer-songwriter. It's a daily show. It started about a year and a half ago, and I had a sort of a turbulent year.
Oh, why so?
But you've been on flights, and you have to have turbulence in order to,
True.
get on the cruising altitude, and you feel comfortable and
poetic.
safe. Yeah. So now I'm cruising at like 900 miles per hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very comfortably and safely.
Yeah, safely. And also, I like to point out that it's related to what I do. It's
Sure.
not really. It's not a political show. It's not a news. You're not an anchor hosting a news show. How do you define your show? Is it current affairs or?
It's a mix of all things, really,
Yeah,
isn't it?
so
News in the
it's,
first
it's
hour, culture in the
tougher for you.
second. I don't know.
You have all sorts of different guests coming on the show, and me, I mostly deal with musicians and artists, and I play on air on average 20 songs.
Wow.
So hide behind the songs. And,
You're way too modest.
no, I pretend like I know what I'm talking about, but
Well-
most of the times I you rely on other people's knowledge, Wikipedia and all that. Yeah.
또 굉장히 지금 점잖게 말씀을 해주고 계시지만 너무 재치가 넘치시고요. 유머
Well,
감각이
thank you very
뛰어나십니다.
much for saying that. Yeah, I try.
Well, our staff had a talk with your producer and we found out a few things. First of all, you are probably the host that receives the most presents out of all of the radio hosts at EBS. EBS 모든 라디오 진행자분들 중에서 선배님이 가장 선물을 많이 받으신다고 들었습니다.
Because
비법이 뭔가요?
I guess I'll have to say
Yes.
I'm the prettiest.
네.
Other than yourself, yeah. But
그거였네요.
yeah, I
예쁘셔서.
beg a lot on air. Yes, I tend to make myself appear needy, sort of. No, I could only imagine that I have nice fans out there who love what I do, and they feel like they could support me by sending lots of goodies, such as chocolates.
Right.
Even on occasion, I received 3 huge boxes of halabong.
Really? Wow.
And when time comes, they send me duck. Yeah, rice cakes.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Nothing big. Well,
So
I hate
where is that halabong or dog today? I'm not seeing anything.
It's kind of dry these days.
Okay, right. 그렇군요.
Yes.
So how does it feel to be standing or sitting rather on that side of the mic today as guest and not host? Does it feel different?
Well, it's because you're there. I feel very comfortable.
Thank you so much.
If it was somebody else, I would have been more reserved. And
Kaylin, perhaps?
Kaylin, we would be having a ball here. Like, we would be just cursing each other out and, pulling each other's legs and all that. But, well, I meant to bring a cup of coffee for myself, but rarely I drink coffee on air when I'm hosting because it makes me feel woozy and it makes my voice sound like I'm an old man with emphysema or something.
no.
So I wish I had a cup of coffee and I would have been able to tell you truthfully how I feel sitting on this side of the,
We'll get you your coffee
Sure.
during the song break if
Oh,
possible.
really? That's very nice
But
of you.
first, I have another little question for you, and it's regarding your voice. Of course, all of our listeners know what a wonderful voice you have. Not just your singing voice,
yes,
but your
this.
speaking voice as well. 그 목소리가 좋으셔가지고 지금 세음행에서도 뭘 읽기, 그러니까 나레이션이라든지 이런 거에 대한 요청이 굉장히 많다고 들었어요.
I had few, not
Yeah.
a lot, but you know how we have like poetry shows and all that. And I was glad they asked me to recite one of the poems that I love. And that was quite exciting. And
Do you remember what it was?
No.
Okay. Too many to remember.
No, I know who the author is. One of the eccentric poets of Korean literature, Isang. Yes.
All right.
And that was quite nice. And yeah, I come to terms with my fate. I have to make a living using my voice, nothing else.
It's so much more than that. You actually did some documentaries for EBS TV before, didn't you?
Thanks to my wife, who's working on the other side of the building. She's a writer for the TV.
너무 재밌으십니다. 목소리가 굉장히 점잖으신데 내용은 또 이렇게 하나도
Hey.
평범한 내용이 없네요.
Hey, just like Mozart said, I'm a vulgar man, but my music is not.
There you
I
go.
can't really
Perfect.
say that for my music, but I'm not vulgar, am I? No.
No, not at all.
Okay, I try to
But some
tame
of what
it.
you say might be
Yeah,
seen as
might be.
such.
Okay.
Right. Well,
So,
why, yeah. So.
just give me a few pointers as to.
아유, 제가 무슨 선배님한테 포인터를 드립니까? We'll listen to a song and then we'll come back and talk more about your life, your music, and your show. Here's Leo Ferre with Avec le temps. 네, 모닝데이트 듣고 계십니다. 방금 전에 듣고 온 곡은 이제 불어 제목이 있는데요. 오늘의 모닝데이트 초대 손님이신 이승열 씨 같은 경우는 이제 월드뮤직을 소개하시기 때문에 뭐 불어뿐만 아니라 여러 다양한 언어의 제목을 늘 선곡표에서 보고 읽고 하십니다.
Yeah,
그쵸?
it has its toil on my tongue.
But you do speak a few languages, don't you? Or at least
No,
you
I
read them.
I speak tongue.
You speak tongue. That sounds like something in Harry Potter.
When I'm spiritual, yes, I speak tongue, but no, I speak English and Korean. That's it.
Okay.
But French, I've studied back in college for a few years,
Yeah.
but it's all gone now.
That's very much like me as well. Well, let's go back to how your music career started. And just in case our listeners are wondering how, you got to speak English, for some of our listeners who don't know, could you tell us about that
Yeah,
background?
simply put, I'm an immigrant son. My parents, without my consent, took me over there to the States,
They didn't ask
USA,
you.
America. Yeah, seeking after the American dream, and they didn't get it there.
Oh, dear.
Well, I emigrated to United States when I was about 13, 14,
Okay.
and finished
Do you
my
remember it
education.
then, the first time you went there?
Yeah, my ride home from my uncle's house, actually. We didn't have a home then. Ride home from JFK
Yes.
to this place in Brooklyn. And I felt terrible because it was such a sight and scary looking neighborhoods and all that.
그랬을 것 같아요. 13살에 이제 이민을 가셨으면은 사실 굉장히 감수성이 풍부하고 많은 것을 인지하고 생각할 나이인데 그때 환경이 확 바뀌었으니 많이 놀라셨을 것
It
같습니다.
wasn't what I expected.
Right.
I was expecting something more pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah. But
네, 그렇게 해서 이제 미국 생활을 시작하셨고 그 다음에는 미국에서 사시면서 음악은 또 어떻게 시작하게 되셨는지 궁금해요.
started as a hobby.
Okay,
I picked up the guitar when I was 14.
right.
My sister, who I envy very much as a musician, she's a gifted pianist and musician. So I had to do something for myself. So I asked my mom to buy me a guitar. I wasn't good at it, but I got good,
Yeah.
better.
Uh-huh.
As time passed, I worked on it. And I went to college and I was stuck in this dorm room by myself because the person who was supposed to be my roommate ended up going to another school.
Oh dear.
And I ran into this Korean kid who also was into rock music and guitar playing. So I invited him to live with me.
Ah.
Yeah. So we started living together and
Right.
writing songs, playing guitar, noodling around, and we started making demos, and we had pipe dreams then. And it reminds me of that story, Hansel and Gretel.
Uh-huh.
I was timid as Gretel, and he, on the other hand, was very industrious. He had visions, and he saw, I guess, my potential for me.
Right.
And he, without telling me, went ahead and he knew people who knew people, I guess, and
Yeah,
he knocked on doors, and he knocked on many doors, but he came back with a possible record deal.
Right. Wow.
And
And that's how the two of you got started. We're talking
Right.
about your friend Pang
Jun-suk, who's
right.
one of the
Exactly.
prominent film scorer
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
this country.
Yeah.
And I was still timid.
Yeah.
I wanted to dodge that bullet with my name on it. That's how I viewed it. I want to live a normal life, Jun-suk, and he, with a smile, convinced me, dragged me out to this country. And that's how it started. So I had it easy. He had done all the legwork for me, and yeah.
근데 뭐 평범하게 살고 싶으셨다, 뭐 어쩔 수 없이 음악을 했다라고 지금 약간 반농담식으로 말씀을 해주시지만 이 주체할 수 없는 끼를 어떻게 하셨겠어요? 음악을 안 하셨으면.
Hey, I wanted to be a scientist.
Oh, really? Was that your childhood dream?
At least an engineer or some sort.
Oh, wow.
Or write. Yeah, for a newspaper.
But I
or
feel like
something.
you've always been very creative inside. I mean, even your music is so artistic, and you yourself. I mean,
I give you an example. When I was 7, I went to take a painting lesson, and everyone there except me were laughing at my painting. And I drew a tree,
Yep.
a fruit tree, with all sorts of fruits on it. And this tree was bearing strawberries, bananas, and grapes.
That's lovely.
And apples. And I didn't realize until my mom explained to me why the kids were laughing at me.
어렸을 때부터 어떤 그런
I was twisted.
창의력이 있으셨네요. 나무에
kid.
여러 가지 과일들을 함께 그리는 게 아무나 그러진 않거든요. 너무
Yeah.
좋습니다. 그러니까 오늘날에 이승열 씨가 있는 게 아닐까.
I'm very pretentious right now, right?
Not at all. Well, today's songs that we're playing are actually have been chosen by yourself. So why don't you introduce our next song? This one is by Lassa. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, she's no longer with us. She died at a comparatively early age from cancer. She's from California, and she's very well versed in Latin American folklore, and that is very intriguing. And I'm very interested in how you get inspired as
Yes.
an artist. I mean, she was born in California. I'm sure she had like Latin influences from people around her.
Absolutely.
Right, but it's more than that. It seems like she's from another century almost, and her charisma takes me to someplace else. So I guess I love that otherworldliness in art, in music. It wouldn't be interesting if you want to talk about everyday stuff every
Right.
time. So I try to stay clear of that sort of addiction because it's an addiction when
It is.
when you're unrealistic all the time. It's like it's like you're on drugs all the time.
You
But
can really get lost in a different world.
yeah, I like to get lost in her music.
Yeah.
You put it very well. So that's the kind of artist she is. She recorded in Canada. She got awarded from the Canadian people, the Canadian Grammy 2 times.
Wow.
Yeah, and I found out about her through hosting this program, and she only put out like 3 albums.
All right. And
she
of
won't
those
she won't be putting out any new
anymore,
songs. Oh.
no, because he's no longer with us.
Right.
But tell us about this song. What will we be listening to today?
Okay, the title of it is in Spanish. It's De cara a la pared. 벽을 마주하고. So I guess you're staring at your own wall.
네, 듣고 오겠습니다.
Yeah.
네. 방금 듣고 오신 곡은요. De cara a la pared였습니다. 라사의 곡이었고요. That was a recommendation from our guest today. Radio host and musician extraordinaire 이승열 씨.
Extraordinaire. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. 오늘 모닝데이트 손님으로 모셨습니다. Now, in order to prepare for 세음행, I understand you studied quite a lot. How much? Like, how could you maybe...
Much. I remember the
explain?
first time, it was, how can I forget? It was the first day of 2018, January 1st. And for the better part of the last day of the previous year, which was December 31st, when most people go out celebrating.
And drink and, you
right,
know.
drink and be gay and merry.
Right, sure.
Nah, I was stuck it took me 7 hours to prepare for a 2-hour show.
Oh my goodness. 첫 방송을 위해서 7시간이나 공부를 하셨다고요.
Because it was
It's
all
unbelievable.
alien language for me. So nowadays, on average, I listen to all the tracks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beforehand, right?
Beforehand.
Yeah.
You got to. Otherwise, you're going to appear dumb.
But that is some dedication.
That's
It's
dishonesty.
definitely- Right.
So besides, most of the songs I play, I like and love. So
맞아요.
yeah.
근데 이제 월드 뮤직이라고 하면은 혹시 생소한 분들을 위해서 어떤 음악을 말을 하는 거죠?
Don't get stuck on that expression, world music,
Okay.
because it could lead you to a direction that you don't want to go. It's very academic to me when they say world music, and most people understand it as music from third world countries. But what we strive to convey to you listeners is popular music from around the world. At least that's the direction I got from the producer himself.
네.
It's not really, like these weird mumbo jumbo from, like Congo or, I hope I'm not upsetting any people by saying all this.
But I like that analogy, that
Yeah.
it's pop songs from around the world.
Right.
I love that.
In French, Italian, German, and Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, and what was the weirdest language? Yeah, Thai.
Thai.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love Thai pop songs.
Okay.
They're quite, quite funky. Yeah.
근데 이 정의를 내려주시니까 확실히 지금 월드 뮤직이라는 제목이 좀 친숙하게 다가오는 것 같습니다. 월드 뮤직보다는 세계의 팝송들 이렇게 생각합니다.
I'll point your audience to a good alternative for that academia if you want to study deeper into the ancient Arabian music and stuff like that. You could turn to 국악방송. They have I don't know if they have it still running, but they have it archived.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to listen to the old Iranian musician playing God knows what, you could check their programs.
Right.
But,
But yours is geared towards
very
more
popular stuff.
pop
Yeah,
music.
top 50, top 100
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah.
So what would you say was a type of music that you had never heard of before you hosted 세음행? Would that be the Thai music?
Thai music, also most of the Brazilian samba stuff.
Yeah.
I knew vaguely what it sounded like, but
And Portuguese is a really difficult language to read at first, isn't it?
right. European Portuguese sounds different from Brazilian
Yeah.
Portuguese, and I tend to like the Brazilian side more. Yeah.
아, 그렇군요. Is there a type of music you might want to recommend, especially to our listeners?
Where are we on the script?
You might want to look at page 10.
Page 10, okay.
네, 굉장히 많은 곡들을 사실 오늘 추천해 주셨는데요. 그
Yeah.
중에서도 혹시 우리 청취자분들에게 요 곡 한번 들어보세요. 하는 게 있다면은.
This is familiar stuff to most of you because Korean people love classical music, especially Baroque classical. Mostly the works of Johann Sebastian Bach. And how about stuff from Brazil, like Brazilian artists extraordinaires, both of them, incorporating Bach into their music.
Oh, wow.
It's Flavio Venturini with Gaetano Veloso singing a song titled Seuji Santo Amaro. My Heart Wants to Beat Only for You is the English title of the song. And it's based on Bach's Arioso, and you'll recognize the tune.
네.
And this is something comforting for Saturday morning. So, yeah.
네,
It's
좋습니다.
not vulgar at all.
아, 네, 토요일과도 또 잘 어울리는 그리고 바흐의 음악이 익숙하시다면은 또 그 멜로디가 잘 들리는 곡 이렇게 추천을 해주셨는데요. 조금 후에 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 마무리하면서 could you tell us about your upcoming plans if you have some, and also a quick goodbye to our listeners, because
Yes.
unfortunately we have come to the end of our segment.
That's unfortunate.
I
I
know.
thought this would loop endlessly, infinitely.
I wish it would.
Upcoming plans. As a musician, I should get back on track and write new songs for myself and for my fans. And that's the idea. But on the other hand, I have a few other projects going. I have to shine my floor. I bought cleaning products for that. And
네, 향후 계획으로 청소가 들어있군요.
well, we'll see. Yeah, you never know.
I love that you're an open book.
Most of my work is like that.
Yes.
I'm very insecure about that.
네, 한마디 한마디가 참 너무 재밌으십니다. 자,
You
마지막으로
had
그러면
enough? Had enough of me?
마지막으로 짧게
Yes.
인사 한마디 해주시고요. 마무리하도록 하겠습니다.
Hey, congrats on the 7,000th show.
Thank you.
That's huge. That's a lot of. That must have been cerebral and emotional, both kind of experience. And you've earned that golden badge of perseverance and hard work.
Well, the show has. I don't know if I
Yes,
have.
hope you run with it, and wish upon you another bundle of thousands of shows to come.
Thank you so much. That's lovely. 네, 오늘 모닝데이트의 초대 손님으로 세음행의 DJ로도 알려진 이승열 씨 선배님을 모셨습니다. 오늘 추천해 주신 곡을요. 다음 곡으로 듣고 저는 돌아오겠습니다. This is Flavio Venturini and Gaetano Beluso, Su Ju Santo Amaro. My heart wants to beat only for you.